y square. Question is find the gradient of the curve at the point 2, -1. And the curve is x squared plus 6y squared is equal to 10. So this is a simple implicit differentiation. And function, right? So if a question comes like this, find the gradient, you don't have to be puzzled. That's another way of saying differentiate or find the first derivative. Now we know it's implicit differentiation because we have the x and the y. We have to deal with both of them. Now from implicit differentiation, you would remember we differentiate x as normal. So we have x squared, and when we differentiate that, what will we get? Now, when we have any variable in y, we differentiate as well. So let's differentiate 6y squared. What should we get? Well, y. But whenever we differentiate y, what do we put next to it? That's implicit differentiation. Whenever you differentiate a term in y, make sure you put dy dx next to it. That's basically the essence of implicit differentiation. And whenever we differentiate a constant, what do we get? Remember, dy dx is what we are interested in because that's our gradient function. So all we need to do now is make dy dx the subject of the formula. So please direct me how we can get dy dx as the subject. What do we have to do? 12y times dy dx. So if I want dy dx to be isolated, what's the first thing I'll remove? Right, so we'll have 12y dy dx is equal to -2x. Are we good so far?
Sorry, 12y.
Good. So dy dx by itself will be equal to the -2x. 12y is multiplying on this side, so it will divide. Good. So that's our gradient function. -2x over 12y. Can we simplify this?
So the numbers will be -1/6.
Good. So it will be -x over 6y. Isn't that so?
Yes, sir.
So we have found dy dx. That's what we wanted. The gradient is dy dx. And we found that to be -x over 6. So can you tell me if we're finished here? -x over 6, right? Are we done? Function, the gradient function, but we want the actual gradient. And the actual gradient is a rational number. It could be a whole number, it could be an integer, it could be a fraction. So they ask us for the gradient, so we need to give them a value, an actual value. So we have an x value, so it's -2 over 6. We have a y value as well, which is -1. So our gradient dy dx is equal to, what's our final answer?
1/3, sir.
Very good. Right? So this would have been our answer. Any questions? Before, please say something. I really need to know what's